Uh, Dinesh, over to you. uh, so you have been doing companies and starting and exiting for many years. Would you want to start a company in India or US or Canada? Where do you want to start your company and why?
So it all depends on what is your market. When you talk about if say if you're talking about a consumer app, India is the best market in order for that particular application. And the now, irrespective of even the Facebooks or Google of the world, they depend on the population of India in order for all those things. And when you talk about the tech talents, which has been in India, is immense. But currently, I'm into Canada. I have a Canadian organization, but the support which you get from the government side in order for starting a startup and executing it is immense in North American sides. So you have a lot of potential in what they can help you in, because when you're trying to sell a vision in India, they would ask you one question: is do you have a product? Is someone paying for you, and how much are they paying you today, and how much will they pay you tomorrow? And they will want to see your 6 months back. But when you're starting here, they see your idea and what is your market size, what's your go-to market strategy. They believe in your vision and you. That's a difference. But they just believe in numbers. So there is a give and take between both the things. Currently, we are located in Toronto, Canada, and we also have a team in India, which is located in Bangalore in order for working with us. So we have a hybrid team. So most of our tech team is located here, plus over there. And in terms of talent, both the places are equal. But when you talk about the support from government, Canada and North America is better. But we're also in terms of strategy. For example, when we started, our whole purpose was to solve the 911 issue or support the cameras or support the things. When you talk about North America, though, that's where the privacy concerns are also. Like the big brother is watching, right? So when you talk about 911 and emergency conditions, here there are a lot of prevalences which is given. For example, we are doing a current product with one of the large vendors in North America for finding the fault detection in the electrical line and gas pipeline using cameras and drones and other conditions. That's immense market. So the in terms of market adoption, it's easier. It's easier to sell that, hey, this is my pilot, try it, and it's a POC. Take it up for 6 months and let's have a conversation on how to build this product together. We have this great vision of the product, and this is what the initial there are early adopters which is willing to go ahead and try your product way before they paying you, because payment is a secondary category. First thing is someone has to believe in your product that this can help them out. Unless and until someone is being an early onboarder, no matter how much you build as an idea, how much you have it as a product, it'll never see the days of light. And there is a lot of other intellectual properties which has been registered in North America. That's another perspective. And even right now, if you're trying to file the patent initially, you file it for the US and then you take it for the other countries. That's a general norm which is going on around all the world. Even we have two intellectual properties which has been registered, which was in US, and then we got it converted into Canada and the rest of the world.
Excellent, wonderful. So what Dinesh is saying that it depends on your idea. You can if it's a B2C app, you go to a populated country like India. If it's B2B and you need support of the government, of the agencies, of the infrastructure, you need to be in the North America. For example, if you are the camera space and if you're doing analytics on camera, the cameras must already have been installed. Only then you can talk about doing the analysis of the camera. The cameras are not installed in developing country, or you cannot do any analytics on them. That's a great point. And of course, the government in these countries, US, Canada, are also more supportive, more conducive of your idea. They're not just looking at your numbers, they're looking at much more than that, what problem you're solving and beyond that. Great point, Dinesh. What's your experience on investors, with investors?
So in terms of investors, it's one of the primary thing in your product, because you might have a product and an idea, you might have a client which is interested in trying it out, but an investor plays a very vital role. The two things which they are interested is what's your go-to-go strategy for the market, and how are you going to actually attract more customers once it is down the line. And you would want someone who is already knowing something about the space, not someone who's just going to put the money in and who's going to ask you in 12 months, hey, what is my returns? If you're having a client, if you're having an investor like that, your vision shrinks, because your all your focus is on what to answer to an investor down the line and how can I get the returns to it, rather than focusing on your idea. So when you talk about investors, there are a lot of people. First thing you'll have to find out is the investor interested in this space? Has he invested in any other company which is prior to this on the similar space, at least relative? If that's a condition, then you talk to him on how you can actually get your idea and how you can actually partner with other companies, because you should be open for that too. Because there is a lot of times it's a conflict of interest, saying that, hey, I'm doing that better than the other company which you've invested doesn't actually sell the product. It's all about what can you do it in a point, it's sync with other companies, and are they having a portfolio of companies, which is very important. Have they built on any deep tech? Because traditional companies, when I started my first company, it was all about what number am I getting today, tomorrow can I increase it. But now in terms of deep tech, like emerging tech, like quantum computing, or it could be AI, your initial time of 1 to 3 years goes in building the product. You're getting the data collection, you're building your tech stack, you're modifying the different perspectives, because it's a new idea which is coming into the market. At this point of time, it is very important for you to get someone who knows what the stack is, who knows what the pathway for building this product or go to market is, and who also knows what an intellectual property is interested. And the other thing which you would want your investor to know is what kind of exit strategy are they looking at? Are they looking at an IPO or an acquisition? What are their preference? Is that aligning with you? If you're talking about an acquisition, can they actually get you to someone who's connected to that space? So all those parameters works very important when you're choosing an investor.
Excellent. Those are again great tips. Again, I think you are again trying to bring Satish's point home. It's very important to choose your investor carefully, align your visions, align your future, so that you don't get divorced in the marriage. It's like a marriage, right? It's going to continue for a few years. So you're not just dating. Great points, Dinesh. Again.